Not live from the West Ashley Center for Advanced Studies. This is an Untitled Student News Program.
Welcome to the fourth show of our Media Technology program. I'm Austin Garcia.
And I'm Malachi.
Today we have a dramatic production that could rival Shakespeare. Theater Reformed a retelling of Hamlet for current and future West Ashley students.
The Theater 2 class has been hard at work to present their modern interpretation of a classic play.
I am the Veil Walker, and I am this year's Theater 2 director.
So what we were basically doing was a rendition and modern day adaptation of Hamlet. Our version of Hamlet, like I said, it's more modern, and it just focuses on the subject of depression and basically just having people by your side who will support you through that.
The actors are come hither, my lord, the best actors in the world.
My favorite aspect has got to be the tension between the older generation and older people being like mental health isn't important, and that's kind of what we saw with Mr. King and Mrs. King. And then you have Hamlet, who is clearly suffering with something, and what we show in the play is that Hamlet is ultimately he has people that's there to support them. So I like the theme that there's a group of individuals who will always be by your side. Even with Horatio and Yorick and Marcellus and Ophelia, they all supported Hamlet through and through.
And by sleep to say we end the thousands of heartaches and natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation so devoutly to be wished.
We're off to a great start with the choir crew, who says they're loving their latest performance to an audience from a local elementary school students.
So the title of our performance was "And So We Sing," and that was the name of one of the songs that they sang on the concert. And it was a very emotional song. So my favorite part of the concert was at the very end of that song when they finished it, and they did so well that I turned around and saw the other music teachers from the Elementary Choral Festival. So we had 6 schools from across West Ashley come together. They learned, all 5th graders, they learned their music ahead of time, and then they came together and they put on a concert all together. So it was Ashley River Creative Arts, Drayton Hall Elementary, Springfield, Stono Park, Oakland, and Orange Grove Elementary. The title of our performance was "And So We Sing," and that was the name of one of the songs that they sang on the concert. And it was a very emotional song. So my favorite part of the concert was at the very end of that song when they finished it, and they did so well that I turned around and saw the other music teachers from the elementary schools. And there were some teachers that were crying. They were all so happy, so excited. So it was really cool to see the teachers enjoy that performance. During the concert, we sang a song called Cantamos, which had Spanish and English and had a lot of energy. And I remember feeling really energized during the performance because the students were really getting into it and they were starting to sell it and move with their bodies, so that was really cool.
I just think it's really cool to see all of the elementary school kids together as a group and seeing how they interact with other schools and as a community. So it was affecting me. It taught me how the little kids interact with each other, and it's cool to see as a community come together. I would say probably the most memorable thing was getting to meet all of them for the first time. So seeing them all pull up on buses and see how excited they were when they got off the bus. I'll probably just say that it was really cool to see it, and I think it was a really good opportunity for them, and I wish I had that when I was younger.
Yeah, we take anyone that would like to sing, whether they've sung or not. I kind of talk about it before you take forensic science, you probably don't know how to do it.
Roses are red, violets are blue. If you're interested in poetry, this next story might just be for you.
So National Poetry Month is a nationwide celebration of poetic arts. Right. So in April, we're going to have 2 poetry readings that are going to happen during SEL that will be performed live over Zoom that classes will be able to stream into.
That's Ms. Mueller, who's in charge of next month's celebration. She says students will also be able to get involved throughout April.
They can submit poems. We have posters that are up asking for students to submit so that we can add them to our visual display. They're going to read a poem on the announcements every day for the month. We would love to have some student poems be a part of that.
If you're hesitant about submitting your own poems, Ms. Mueller has a few words of encouragement.
One of the most underestimated things about you is your voice and what you have to say. And if you're maybe not someone who's a great classical writer or an academic writer, but you have words, then poetry's for you.
Some West Ashley students got a visit from a local prosecutor, but fortunately, nobody read them their rights. They did explain them to them in great detail, though. Guest reporter Kiala Losh has this story locked up.
Today we have all of West Ashley High School government students, and they're getting a presentation by the Charleston County Public Defenders on knowing their rights that are spelled out in the Constitution. It's important for my students, number one, to provide them with unique experiences to keep them engaged throughout the school year, but also just because it's really important to me as a government teacher that my students understand their rights that are spelled out for them in the Constitution so that it's less likely that they'll be violated or taken away from them.
For a fourth return in the show, the most popular segment, Noe Jose.
Welcome back to another Noe Jose. I'm a media technology, and I'm about to head downstairs and go ask y'all questions in the lunchroom. Who we got here?
Oscar Hernandez.
All right, Oscar. DC or Marvel?
DC. All right, I had this conversation yesterday. Characters, I love DC characters, but Marvel has better adaptations.
That's smart. Who's your favorite DC character?
The Batman.
The Batman? And Marvel?
Marvel, I'd probably go I'm gonna go basic and say Spider-Man.
Cassius Bog.
All right, Cassius. DC or Marvel?
Oh my gosh. I think both.
Both? Okay. Who's your favorite superhero in both? Who's your favorite superhero in DC?
DC, Batman.
Who's your favorite in Marvel?
Marvel, Ant-Man.
Ant-Man? Word. Thank you, bro. All right, who you got here today?
Hugh McSwain.
All right, Hugh. DC or Marvel?
Probably Marvel.
Why?
That's a good question. I just don't really watch DC like that. You know what I'm saying?
Word. Who's your favorite Marvel character then?
Ant-Man, because Cassius likes him.
Ant-Man, Cassius. Word. Appreciate you, bro. Who we got here today?
Tia.
All right, Tia. DC or Marvel? DC Comics or Marvel?
Marvel, because at the end of the movies, you gotta wait around a little bit and you gotta find out you get a little of the next one.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah. All right, who we got here today?
Kamani White.
All right, so DC or Marvel? You good? It's good. Don't worry about it.
Marvel.
Why Marvel?
Because I like Iron Man.
Iron Man. He's your favorite superhero?
Yeah. And I like Iron Man too.
Iron Man. You like Iron Man too? Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
What's next?
That's it?
Oh, okay. Thank y'all. Love me.
Malachi, DC or Marvel?
I like Marvel.
I don't know about that. I'm more of a DC guy myself. It seems like I'm being singled out here.
Well, that's just how the world works. Whether you like Marvel or DC, here at the West Ashley, you can be your own academic hero. And our students will have plenty of time to train you with your new flex schedules. Here's Q and AJ, where AJ gets more on it.
Hey, so this is the second iteration of Q and AJ, and I'm here to ask teachers and students what they think of the new flex schedule here at West Ashley happening next year. Follow me. Okay, so who am I here with?
Roger Roberg.
I'm Katie Danforth.
Hi, Miss Lee.
Should I say Mrs. Danforth?
No, you're good. So who am I here with?
Dylan Parks. Aiden Rogers.
So we're here to interview teachers about the new flex schedule, and we're wondering, so what are your opinions on said flex schedule happening next year?
I think it's awesome.
I'm really excited about it.
I think it's going to be a good thing.
And my thoughts are, one, it's going to take a little bit of time to get used to it.
The whole concept sounds like it is beneficial for students and teachers eventually once we get the hang of things.
I think there's pros and cons to it.
I think it's going to be really good. It's going to allow students more time during the school day to meet with their teachers, get extra help, maybe go to a club meeting, get more involved at school, and I think it'll give teachers more time to do some of the work that they do during the school day and protect their time after school.
I think it's going to be good for some of the kids that are more struggling throughout the years so they can have more time with hands-on with the teachers.
Now is not enough time for our students to get that individualized one-on-one help when they need it, and this really fixes that.
And then some of the cons, if people don't hold up to the standards they think they will, that maybe skipping and stuff like that.
I think the key word is trust. It's the whole idea is to trust students to, do the right thing with their time, make the right choices.
I'm cautiously optimistic. I know that it might be rough at the beginning, but getting used to it, but I think it'll be a good thing.
So personally, I'm really optimistic and excited.
Help students to be successful both in and out of school.
Some of the pros are, it gets you ready for college.
And I definitely think that this is a step in the right direction.
Okay. I have one thing to say for the people that do gotta go to it. Good luck.
And that's it for this week. Thanks for joining us. I'm Malachi Leonard.
And I'm Garcia, signing off.